Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up Allegro 5 for development on the Android platform. Okay, so right now I'm on this website here on GitHub, so make sure you navigate to this website. This is the Android repository for Allegro 5 that contains the instructions on how to set up the Allegro 5 library, okay, for the Android platform. So the first thing you need to do is to click on this link right here, the Linktree link, so we can go straight to the Maven repository containing the Allegro 5 libraries. Okay, so we're gonna wait for that to load. Okay, now you can pick either the debug or the release version, but I'm just gonna go straight for the release. Okay, and just click on files right here. Okay, and we want the 5.2.60c. Basically the latest version is what we want. So we have the java dog, blah, blah, blah. So we don't really need any of this. What we need is actually this one that contains the AAR right here. Okay, so you click on that, and it's going to take a minute to load right there. Okay, so you make sure you download that. I already downloaded this, so I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so once your download is complete, you're going to have to open it up with a file manager or something. Okay, let me navigate straight to there and show you. So you're going to have to open this up. Okay, nice. So next thing we're going to do before we continue is go back to our browser for a minute and navigate back to the Allegro 5 repository. Where is that? Okay, right here. Okay, and we're gonna come here and download this one too. Okay, the Allegro GNI includes. If you selected the debug version, make sure you download the debug version right here. But if you want the release version, just download this one. Okay, so once you do that, you click download. I already downloaded all these things, so I'm not gonna do it again. So once you have this downloaded, make sure you open that up. Okay, so this is where you find the Allegro GNI includes, and you can open it up, and you're gonna find two things here. We have the GNI libs, GNI includes, and Allegro.CMake. Okay, so the next thing we need to do right now is to open up the Android Studio. Okay, so right here we're gonna create a new Android Studio project. So I'm gonna click on start a new Android Studio project right here. So we're gonna wait for that to load. So scroll down and select native C++. Okay, so we're creating a native C++ project. So give your application a name. I'm gonna give it Android Allegro setup. So give your project a name right here. Set up everything else, your package name, your save location, and things like that. Make sure you know where you're saving your stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna select location right here. Let's see, Android Studio project should be a good location. Nice. And go set up, yeah, just like that. Okay, so leave everything else as it is, click next and finish. So once you do that, you wait for your project to load. So once Android Studio has finished creating the project, the next thing we need to do is go to the AAR file we downloaded the other time, and make sure you open it up with whatever archive manager you've got. Okay, you can open this up as a zip file. So if you're on Windows and you can open this up with Windows Explorer, you can either get 7-zip to open this up with, or WinZip or something, or you just rename this file to a .zip. So I think it's a zip file, so you can just extract it, and you should be able to get you should be able to open it up right here. Okay, so what we want to do is go straight to this classes.jar, and we're gonna hit extract. So once you do that, go straight to where you created your project. So I'm just I named it Allegro 5 setup right here. So going to the app, and we're gonna save this into libs. Okay, I'm gonna hit extract. All right, so once you do that, that should be it. Go back to your Android Studio project, and I'm gonna select this and go straight to the project view. Okay, right there. So I'm gonna open up my app and libs. So you find the classes.jar is right here now. So we're gonna right click on this. Um, so we're gonna add this as a dependency for our project. So if I go down here, you see add as library. Okay. So you right click on the classes.jar and you go straight to add as library. And once you do that, okay, it's gonna ask you for the module. You click OK. And Gradle is gonna, try to sync everything together. Once it's done with this stuff, we're gonna move on to the next. Okay, so Gradle has finished synchronizing all the stuff. So the next thing we need to do is to go to our the JNI include zip file. So we're gonna add our header files and everything into our project right now. So we're gonna take this Allegro.CMake and the JNI includes both of this. Okay, we're gonna take this first, and we're gonna extract these straight to our project again. Just to the projects, Allegro 5 setup right here. Go to the app, and this time we're going to go straight to source, main, and CPP. So right here where we have our CMake list of text and our native lib.cpp, I'm going to hit extract. Okay, that'll take a minute. Okay, I think that's all for now. So we go back to our project, and if you check, let's check that out. Source, main, CPP. Okay, so you should find all of this right here. So open up the Allegro.CMake, and I think there should be one thing we need to change. If there is, let me check it out. Okay, I think I might need to change this basically. Alright, so I'm gonna do here, first of all, come here to where you have include directory so we can set up the include directories properly. So the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna set this to the CMake current list directory. Alright, so right there we're gonna set that, so it's gonna be this directory slash JNI include, so we can set up our include directories right there. Okay, you can close this out, and we're gonna open up our CMake list of text here and scroll down. Okay, first of all we should get rid of all these useless comments. Okay, I think these comments were created for us by the default project for Android Studio. It was created by Android Studio for us. We're gonna get rid of the log library too. We don't really need that. In fact, we're gonna get rid of all these things. Okay. So now we're gonna have something here set native lib. We're gonna set it to native lib. So this is our library name. So this is the name of our final library, our shared library in our project. As you can see here, we have an add library and we have native lib. So if you change this name to something else, then you should probably change this too. Okay, so that's that. So the next thing we want to put here is to add our GNI source directory. So we're gonna do set GNI. I think it's called GNI folder. Right. So let me open up the Allegro.CMake so I can confirm that. Okay, see here we have GNI folder right there. Okay. So we're gonna use our here CMake current source directory. Okay, slash dot dot. So this one's gonna be for our GNI libraries. Okay, our GNI libs. And lastly, we're gonna include the Allegro 5.CMake. So we're including this so that you can run all the you can help us link all the Allegro 5 libraries we're gonna need. So now go back to your GNI include zip file where we took off these two files from, and we're gonna go now to the GNI libs folder right here, and we're gonna extract that. Okay, so go to where you Allegro setup, where your project folder, go into the app, source, main, here, CPP, actually no, just stay in the main, and we're gonna extract our file right here. Okay, and I'm gonna click this. I think that's all we need that for. Alright, so if I check it out, we have source main, and we should have, okay, it's not in there, I think it's in the CPP folder, so I'm gonna have to move this away from there. I'm gonna move the GNI libs folder into the main folder right there. Okay, nice. Okay, so that's where it's supposed to be. So now if we check our just to double check and make sure everything is fine, we're gonna set our native lib. We're gonna set our GNI folder to the CMake current directory. Then we're gonna go back one, basically. Okay, so we're gonna, this is the current directory. So if we go back one, we're gonna be here. Then this is the what is it called? This is the GNI folder. Okay, and for Allegro CMake, it's gonna use this GNI folder to um, you know to load all these things for us. Yeah, and yeah, I think that should be it. I think this should be it. And this, I think it should be changed to semi current source directory. Okay. So here slash GNI includes, let me see, right there. Okay. So the next thing we need to do quickly is to go to our main activity, and we're gonna change this right here. Okay. So go to the main activity.java, and we're gonna say this extends Allegro activity. Okay. Nice, just like that. Select Allegro activity, and we should get an error. But before then, I'm gonna get rid of all this nonsense. We don't need this. All right, I'm gonna do public main activity. Okay, and I think there's a super we have to implement. Okay, with native lib.show. So this is asking for our library name, just like that. So this is how you're gonna do it. You're gonna give it the user library name. Basically, this is the full qualified name for the library. Okay, so this is the file that when C++ is done compiling your library, this is the library name it's gonna give it. So yeah, so that's what you pass in there. Now here we're gonna have a couple of things here. System.load library. We're gonna load Allegro. So I'm gonna have to copy a bunch of these right here. I don't know. This is we're gonna load Allegro font. Here we're gonna load Allegro TTF audio. Basically all the add-ons. So we're loading the core library first, then we're loading the add-on libraries right here. So I'm gonna load Allegro A codec. Okay. I'm also gonna load the primitives right there. We also got Allegro color, and what else? I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me verify how many libraries we've got for Allegro right here. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we've got 11 libraries right here. So you could just take out the lib and the .so, and then you could basically load and link all its libraries right here. Okay, I think I'm forgetting the Allegro image. All right, and so we also have, you don't have to load the Allegro main. If you're using memory management for the from the Allegro libraries, then you can load the Allegro mem file. And if you want to be able to read zip files or something like that, you should use the Allegro FS library right there. But that should be good. So the next thing we need to do now is to test our library and make sure that test our setup and make sure everything is working. And in order to do that, we're gonna build an APK. Okay. But before we do that, sorry, excuse me, I have to go back to my CMake list of text. Okay, and we have to actually add Allegro. We have to actually add some piece of code. Okay. So let me go back to the CPP. Okay, right here we have our native library. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of all these things. I'm gonna get rid of all of these things basically, and we're gonna include Allegro file such Allegro.h right there, and I'm gonna do its main. Oh, by the way, your main file must be defined this way. If you don't define your main method this way, then it's not gonna work. Okay, it's gonna throw errors at you. Okay, so you have to make sure about that. All right, so that's that. So the next thing I should do now is to possibly just make this project. So I get a build and click make project. So everything is gonna sync, and really this error should be done. So let's wait for that. Okay, so I get an error right here, and it said something about redefinition of blah blah blah. So I think I screwed this up. I screwed the naming of this thing up right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and do it again. Okay, so the build was successful, but I don't know. It's still me couldn't find Allegro 5. But I'm sure everything is set up correctly though. So let's go back to build and maybe do some clean project something. Alright. So we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so with clean project still nothing happens. I'm not sure exactly why this is happening though, but I'm sure everything is set up correctly. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write some Figure 5 code and let's see. I'm just gonna return 0 right here. Then I'll go display create. Here I keep it like 300 doesn't matter what you pass in here. If it's for Android, it's not gonna matter. Okay. Um, and then ARS maybe 2 seconds or also 5, and then AR destroy display just like that. All right. So if I to make sure that everything builds correctly, let's just hit build and generate an APK out of this. If it builds an APK out of this, then it means our code is actually working. Possibly, maybe we have to restart Android Studio to get rid of all these errors, but we'll see. Let's just compile this and see what we get. And yeah, it builds an APK. Okay, so let's analyze this APK and see what we get out of this. Okay, so right here we have our classes, and this is our libraries. Okay, so let's check out the libraries. If we find the 5 libraries in here, then everything is fine. Okay, right here. So you have all the Allegro 5 libraries inside of this place, and you should also have your native library here. Okay, and this compiles quite well. All right, and one more test just to make sure everything is fine. If I omit the parameter from A or rest, and I try to build this APK, let's see if it builds. If it builds, then it's obvious it's not compiling this stuff. All right, so let's see if that works. All right, here we come. Let's see. Okay, so we get an error right here, and it says here ARS double seconds. So you see there's an error. But if I put 2 or 5 and I hit build APK, I think it's gonna build it right here. Alright, let's wait for it. And you see it's compiling right there. Alright. And everything's compiled and our APK has been generated. Oh, nice. So in order to let's see if we start an Android Studio is gonna actually fix all these errors. I don't know why this is happening. I didn't experience this before. So I'm gonna hit let me see. I'm gonna restart Android Studio basically. Okay. I'm just gonna let's see, close the project. Yeah, just like that. I'm gonna open it up again. All right. There. So okay, so we're just gonna wait for it to build and see what we get out of this. Alright. Alright, so this is finished building and right now I don't know. I'm not seeing any errors right here. But to be sure, let's just maybe create something. Okay, here we come. Now it's I don't know what this is. It's saying and of course not. We shouldn't have to import that anymore. This should work, shouldn't it? I don't know if you're gonna be getting the same errors I'm getting right here, but like I said, you're not supposed to. I didn't get those errors when I was creating the project, so I don't know. Maybe I recently just upgraded my Android Studio, so maybe that's the problem. I'm not entirely sure. So, but as you can see, the setup works just fine, and everything is working as expected. But if you're trying to make use Android Studio as your development platform for are working with Allegro 5 and you're getting this same kind of errors I'm getting, then you should probably just, I don't know, clean your Android Studio or something. I'm not sure what is wrong with this already. You know, I'm just gonna rebuild and see if I can get this thing to work. So I finally got rid of the error, and what I did was to go to build and select refresh link C++ project. Okay, so once I did that, Grady just built and everything, turned out this way. All right, so if you're getting the same kind of errors I'm getting, just click on build, refresh link C++ projects, and it should fix all those things. And just to make sure everything is working as expected, I'm gonna try to create the event queue right here. Great, and everything is fine. All right, okay, event queue. Okay, so we got a nice little so you can start creating your projects with a Lego 5 using this. And yeah, one more thing I need to show you guys in your in your main activity. Sorry, excuse me. In your Android manifest.xml file, this one right here. Make sure you add this line in your just below your application, inside your application attributes. Okay, we're gonna add this right here. Okay, so this one right here. So we're gonna add. It's gonna be config changes, orientation, blah, 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 whatever. If you don't do this, your program might crash. Okay, so if you find your Allegro 5 and if you find your Android game crashing often, it's probably because you don't have this. All right, so make sure you add that to your manifest and build your project, and everything should be fine. So I've tested this on my device and everything seems to work pretty fine. But if you run this or if you run into any problems with setting up Allegro 5 to work on your um, Android device, to work on Android, the Android platform, if you're not able to get it working, just post something in the comment below and I might be able to help you out. I hope this video was useful to somebody. Thank you and see you next one.